Let's go take a look at this machine.
Hi, welcome to PAC TV. I'm Lenny, and today we're here with owner and founder of PAC, Ralph Tarnofsky. Ralph, I understand today we're going to talk a little bit about turntables. Ready to go for a spin?
Yep, I am ready to spin some vinyl, baby. Let's do it.
All right, sounds good. Ralph, what do we have here, our first turntable that we're going to look at?
Well, this is one of my favorite brands of turntables. This is a British product, and it's called Rega. We've been a Rega dealer way back in the 80s when they first had their original two turntables out on the market. And since then, Rega has expanded their product line, and they're making turntables from approximately $500, complete with tone arm and cartridge, all the way up to 10 times that much for audiophile and real critical listeners. So this particular model is about $1,100, and it represents a really good sonic value in terms of what it's capable of doing in terms of tracking difficult to track records, taking good care of your records in terms of tracking lightly and accurately, and it's easy to set up. It took me literally 20 minutes to put this turntable together and get it working.
Wow, it's a beautiful looking piece, and it's a very reasonable price point for such a quality turntable.
It even comes in about 6 different colors, so if you have a specific something in mind, like high gloss white or high gloss black or some other interesting color like blue or red, Rega has designer colors for their turntables. So it's an interesting product. It's got a legacy in the turntable world. It's been around a long time, and that's one of the good choices that I would highly recommend.
Fantastic. I know the ladies will appreciate the different color choices on that. Okay, what's our next turntable?
Well, this is an interesting product from Germany. This is a product called Clear Audio. Clear Audio is for more of the aficionado. Their least expensive table, which is this model, is called the Prelude Concept Turntable, and it's approximately $2,000 out the door, ARM cartridge. Again, quick and easy to set up, which is another reason why we like it. It has some advances over the Rega that we were just looking at before. From a sonic standpoint, one of the big improvements is the cartridge. This is a very high-end moving coil cartridge, which will get you more resolution and get more detail out of the groove than the lower cost magnetic cartridges can. These turntables go all the way up to over $100,000 with about maybe 10 different models along the way. And Clear Audio also manufactures turntables for other brands that want to put their name on it. So they do OEM manufacturing for some very famous brand names who aren't capable of making their own turntables, but they want something of high quality from Clear Audio.
So much more of an extensive model range than the Rega, and also what you would say higher end turntable.
Yeah, this would be for somebody who has got a very sophisticated system that they're going to be connecting it to, a larger vinyl collection, maybe has some audiophile pressings in their collection, and you want to get the most out of them, so you want to jump into a turntable of this level.
Wow, and so just from an aesthetic point of view, this looks like quite a piece. It's almost like a work of art, or high-end furniture or something itself. You can tell from the tone arm and just the shape of the platter itself that we're looking at something a little more sophisticated. Would that be true, Ralph?
Well, this is really one of the benchmark turntable designs available today. Uniquely enough, this design came 50 years ago. The company Linn has been in business about 50 years, and their first product is what is known as the Linn Sondeck turntable, the LP12. This particular LP12 actually is over 20 years old. It's here for some updates and upgrades, which is the cool thing about the Linn turntable. No matter which one you have and how old it is, you can bring it in for updates and upgrades and bring it up to the current level of sound quality and mechanical sophistication. So Linn turntables are a little bit different than the other two that we looked at. They have a sprung sub-chassis suspension, which means that the turntable platter and the tone arm are sprung on a sub-chassis completely isolated from the outer plinth, which makes them very, very good at rejecting mechanical and acoustic vibrations in the room. So these are a favorite of audiophiles, and a new one would be approximately $4,500 with arm and cartridge out the door. and they go all the way up to about $20,000 or $25,000 for the ultimate Lin LP12 with the best tone arm, the best cartridge, and the best power supply. So it's kind of a good, better, best with the LP12. You can rig it out the way you want based on sonic performance levels that you're looking to obtain.
Much more customization options on the Lin as opposed to the other two, and a classic at that too, something that's been around and has a legacy as far as the turntable world goes.
And this also requires expertise to set up. You really have to have a turntable mechanic on staff, which we do, to set this turntable up properly. It takes tuning for the suspension to be correct, and we're mounting the tone arm. It comes separately in a separate box. We're mounting the cartridge and aligning that and calibrating it. So this is about a 2-hour setup from out of the box onto a listening plinth like this one. So you can set it up the right way and end up with an amazing sound. The other thing that's important to talk about while we're over here are the maintenance of your records and your stylus of your cartridge. So this is a carbon fiber turntable vinyl brush. So this will allow you to brush all the micro dust and debris off the surface of a record. Great for new vinyl and older vinyl that hasn't been abused or misused. If you have records that are extremely dirty and have been left out of their jackets and not been taken care of, this is not going to cut it. You're going to need something a little more aggressive, which we can talk about at a later date. The stylus cleaner, this is a really great stylus cleaner because it's a fluid-based stylus cleaner. And this particular fluid, when it's applied to the stylus appropriately, loosens up all of the vinyl that's been building up as it's tracking the vinyl groove. There's shavings that come off the groove wall and end up on the stylus tip. Plus, of course, micro dust, cat hair, fuzz, you name it. And you can visually see that once it builds up enough. But even when you can't see it, it's there. So I tend to want to clean my stylus after every other play of a vinyl record.
Every other play is a rule of thumb.
Rule of thumb with clean records. If your records are not particularly clean, you may have to do it every time.
Interesting. You know, you brought up another interesting point. PAC is a full-service provider. You not only sell the turntables, you service them, and you can advise somebody as which way they might want to go, whether it was a Rega, a Clear Audio, or a Lin turntable. So if somebody was just a novice and they came in off the street and they, just wanted a turntable, you could get an idea of their sense of budget and kind of customize the right platter for them. I see turntables popping up everywhere, like from clothing stores. They seem to be like almost a fashion accessory. But I would imagine it'd be in somebody's best interest to go to a place like PAC where they can really be educated on the value of each particular product.
Well, that makes perfect sense. I think turntables, unfortunately, have become a commodity now that they're popular again. So they are available from record stores, clothing department stores,
right,
online, pretty much just like a VCR was years ago. You could buy them anywhere. And if you want to buy a turntable for under $200 that is very average quality in terms of the way it's going to sound and how long it's going to last, you can do that in those places. If you're looking for something that's just a little bit better, that you want to last, maybe it's the last turntable you need to buy, and you want to really get great sound and know that it's treating your records well, the way to do that is to find an AV specialist who still sells turntables. And I think I can count all of us on one hand.
Right, not too many around anymore, sure.
In New York Metro and North Jersey, there's probably 4 or 5 of us that are really still having turntables available and understand how to set them up and have people on staff that have that experience.
Right. Well, Ralph, thank you for a fabulous demonstration today. We're going to have more things here at PAC. Please stay tuned for other episodes where we'll be talking to various people in the company as well. And thank you for joining us today for PAC TV.